Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzzin Pattaya, the show where we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information and advice. Now, did you watch part one where this young man here was telling us about how you were in the tractors back in Wales to now coming over and you've got like the most successful auction place in probably Thailand, is that fair?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so, well, how you doing, John? You all right?
I'm up and down.
He's up and down, he's up and down. I won't go into that too much detail. So, part one, if you did miss part one, I will put a link in the description below. Have a look and have a check back at this man's incredible life and history, and how he got here for 21 years, mate. 21 years. So,
long time.
I want to ask you a question.
Go on.
You got this auction house, which is like an Aladdin's cave, and don't lie to me, okay? I want to be honest.
I don't lie.
Well,
I'm an auctioneer.
So, I want to ask you this question. Let's say 10 items come into the auction. Truthfully, what percentage actually make it here or end up in your house? Because you've got a collection
no,
of
No. Now listen to me now, right? 100% come in.
Yeah.
But what I do, I keep an eye on it, right?
Yeah.
And I bid against my customers.
Okay.
And I will tell them I'm against you, right? And I will bid, and so that the vendor gets the proper price. He'll get the proper price, whether I buy it or another customer buys it. If they drop out, fine, you know. But I normally, I'm pretty adamant on that.
Yeah.
That everything goes under the hammer, and I'll buy it under the hammer. Sometimes the dealers get together and think, we'll have Collingbourne, right? We're making bloody pay for it. Okay?
So they keep upping the price.
Keep going, right? And then sometimes I think, really, do I need it? Bang, it's theirs. So they know now.
So like when you come, I mean, you know, everyone in the work trade, you know, you get up in the morning, right, I'm off to work, love, I'll see you later. When you come home at night,
silly, I'll bring her with me. She got to work.
Well, I was going to say, when you get back home and you're there in your car, does your missus think, what's he got today?
All the time. All the time. Where are you going to put that now? That's what I get. Where are you going to put it?
So you came here to Thailand, and originally you had the hotel, didn't you? First, the hotel
was I had a bar first in Rayong,
yeah,
with the ex-girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
When I came over here for, right. Then we got offered the hotel, a bankrupt hotel in Rayong, which we took it on a very low rental with an option to buy.
Okay.
So after 12 months, I bought it. Okay, and then we refurbished it and got it going. But we had boats on the lake. It was a 14-kilometer lake, look. So we had 3 boats, wakeboard boats, on the lake.
Nice.
And that's we developed that into airtime.net, which was the amount of time that your board's out of the water, airtime.
Yeah.
Right. And that was very successful. We had coaches from all over the world coming here to coach. They had free accommodation, free food, but not free beer.
Okay.
Right. And we give
Can't
them
imagine why.
A set is 15 minutes behind the boat. A set. And it's 1,000 baht a set, right, for the holiday makers. But we give them, I think it's 2 or 3 sets a day. As well, so I drive the boat, or another driver would drive the boat. They'd be on the board. Yeah. So it was quite a good thing, and they come over here when it's pouring with rain and snowing in Europe. They come here in the sun. Yeah. See? Invariably, they find a tiger. If they couldn't, I'll take them down Bang Chan in the minibus. Come on, girls, up my hotel.
So where did the idea of like the auction house? I mean, was it a case of
when I sold the hotel after 10 years, I could see it was on a downhill. Lots of wakeboard schools started throughout the world in different places, and we weren't as busy as we were. And the boats needed renewing. They were $1.5 million each. I don't know what we're going to do. And this guy flew in his aeroplane, and he bought the place. So then he said, you can stay here for 3 months. After 3 weeks, he kicked me out. So that was it. I came to Pattaya, and I was desperate to I found this house where I'm living now, up at Silver Lake there, and I thought, what can I do? So my sister happened to be here, and she said, what's the matter with you? You're an auctioneer. She said, be an auctioneer again. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. We took the lease on the building, and we started, and it really, it's given me 10 years of a good lifestyle.
Brilliant.
Until the COVID.
Yeah.
And then it's doing a fraction of what it was.
Sure.
But let's hope it comes back, Trevor. That's all we can do.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
when you talk about when you opened, I mean, obviously the question I've got to ask you is, you know, well, you don't just, it's different like if I'm opening a taxi business, well, my car's outside, if someone rings, I'll go and do it. You open an auctioneer's house, I mean, where the hell did you get your stock from?
We bought some stock in. By that time I had another girlfriend, and as one would.
Yeah.
And she had stock from an old shop that she had, and we put all that in the auction. Our first auction, where I do 400, 500, 600 lots a week now, you know, we had about 80 lots in the first lot.
Right.
And people heard about us, brought some stuff in. I never forget the guy that brought the first vase in, a big blue vase,
Yeah.
and a Buddha. And he's still a customer today.
Wow.
Still a customer today. And buy and sell. And we had a little bit of, like Peter Mahota from the Pattaya Mail, very kind to me in those early days. You know, right, John, I'll put an advert in, don't worry about the money, let's get you going. And they were lovely to me.
Brilliant.
A lot of people helped me.
Brilliant.
In the early days.
You mentioned about COVID, John. I mean, have you found that there's a lot more items coming in now because people have decided to go back home?
I'll tell you what's happened. Yesterday, we had a guy walk in here into my office. I said, yes, sir. He told me his name, and he said, I bought a beautiful flat, he said, 145 square meters. He's full of antiques. I don't want them. I don't want them. He said, I want brand new stuff. Repainted, sorted, brand new. There it is. It's all here.
Did your missus
By 1
go,
o'clock,
oh no?
By 1 o'clock, there were 2 bloody 7-tonners outside his flat. It was out by 4 o'clock. It was in here by 5 o'clock.
Wow.
Done.
Wow.
And what's happening is a lot of people are buying properties. They don't want the furniture that's in it. They want modern, new furniture. So Collingbourne takes the old stuff out.
Yeah.
Plus a lot of people, we had one last week, a guy, I sold his car for him, I sold his furniture for him, everything. A French guy going back home, and Italian guy going back home. And we have the stuff. Whether it's old, new, or whatever, there's a bedroom suite there, look, see? He's downsized. He's gone from a bigger house to a small house. John can't fit that in, take it.
Gotcha.
You know, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
I never say anything quite like it. Normally, you know, we've got the buyers. People are buying antiques. People are coming from Bangkok to buy. But we can't get the stock in. Nice stock. It's very, very difficult.
You talk about stock, John. I mean, I guess one of the questions I'd like to know is when someone puts something down on the table and they say, what do you reckon, how much is that? I mean, how do you, what's your tip or advice in valuing a product? Because like something that I might think, well, that's worth a load of money. You might say, look, man, I'm not being funny, so that's a bit of tat. And then the other side of the coin is I might say, well, that's probably not worth it. And you're thinking, dude, that's like worth a fortune. I mean, how do you value these products?
It's experience.
Is it?
It's pure experience. And of course, not being funny, but the internet has got everything on it. So if you've got something that comes in you're not quite sure of, go on the net, you'll find it.
Have you ever had someone come in and you're looking at it and thinking, is that really the real McCoy? Because if it is, that's like worth a fortune. I mean, have you, what's the most expensive thing you've ever auctioned here? I've got him now. See, like a countdown.
Yeah, no, the thing is, I don't know. We sell stuff hundreds of thousands of baht.
Do you?
You know, yeah. I can't really say. Probably watches or silver or gold or something like that. Like, you never know. We had a piece of jewellery in last week. One bidder online, one in the room, off they go. Whoops, bang, online, in the room, online, in the room, you know. And we were up in the thousands before we knew where we were. Wow. But they wanted it. They both wanted it.
Yeah.
And that was that.
What's the most unusual thing?
Well, the most unusual was a pink cow. We had a big life-size pink cow with white bloody spots on it.
Did you say life-size?
The life-size, a huge thing, fiberglass, right? And this cow, it had white spots on it, and and they came in on the truck. I looked at it, oh my God, why did they choose me, right? And it came in. They were fighting over it about 25,000 baht.
No.
Yes, God.
A pink cow. A pink cow with white
pink
spot.
cow.
And was your wife in the background going, no, you are not bringing that into the garden?
I got the sheep in my garden, mine.
The sheep? What's that about?
Concrete sheep in my garden.
You have.
I have.
Have you really? I mean, you showed me your phone. I mean, honestly. I mean, you know the show in England called the Antiques Roadshow?
Yeah.
Do you watch it?
Yeah.
How good are you when you know when they get the owner and they'll sit down and say, so what do you think it's worth? And they say, oh, I don't know.
Never far out.
Are you really?
I'll be honest with you.
Have you ever thought about doing that here? Where
Like,
you put the money down saying 20,
well,
40,
Dickinson's
60?
real deal.
Yeah.
And I think, God, don't buy it, don't buy it, don't buy it, you know. Bargain hunt, there's another one. They got so-called experts. They're dropping clangers all the time.
Are they?
They're buying bloody rubbish. I think, oh, don't do that, you know. They do. And then they go to auction. What? They lost 20 quid or 50 quid, you know.
Yeah, you see them, don't you? They stand at the back of the auction, and the auctioneer's giving it, okay, this one here, this one, this one, going once, sold, and they're going, oh no, we've lost money on that. And I suppose you sit there and have a giggle, do you?
They're in Newark or some big antique fair like that. There's so much there that you can find if you just walk around just watching. You know?
When you see these, like, go around these Thai markets, I mean, a lot of them have, like, lots of bric-a-brac around.
Yeah, but a lot of them buy off me.
Oh, do they?
Shut up.
Well, I was going to...
Calm down, boy.
Sorry, I'll cut that bit out. He doesn't get his stuff from there, honestly.
No, they buy off me.
They buy from you?
Yes.
Well, then I'll come here then.
Well, you get like somebody emptying a house. You've got all the kitchen, all your salt cellars, and all your bits and pieces, knives and forks, and it goes in a box and it's sold as a box of kitchen bric-a-brac.
Yeah.
You know, so the boys will come in here, a market trader, say buy the box full, like 200 baht, 300 baht. They take it down to the market, they'll lay it all out, and make money. This is a good source of market traders.
Yeah. In terms of, we spoke a minute ago about online. I mean, obviously, we know that COVID's had a really incredible impact here. How much has online been an important part of your business?
It's the mainstay.
Is it?
Yes. Now, at the moment, we're allowed 20 people in the auction hall. That is the law. 20 people, right? So, we've got 3 staff and myself. So I've got 15, 16 people I can put in the auction hall. Always we're about, instead of having 30, 40, we're down to the 10 to 15, which is fine. But it's 25 online.
Is it?
Yes. So then I'm up to my 30, 40 people again.
Yeah, and are they based here or are they around the world?
Yeah, around the world.
Are they?
We send stuff to Phuket every week. A truck comes in, takes it, we pack it. Tables, chairs, vases, lights. A lot of stuff goes to Phuket. But all around Thailand. And we never have a problem with paying.
Right.
Never.
Brilliant.
They always straight to the bank. The money's in the bank before we send it.
Do you ever have people bring stuff in that you think, do you know what, I just can't take it? Cause
yes, we send it
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you like think...
No, don't want that. CDs.
I was going to say, what's
my brother. CDs. CDs and what else? Tapes, CDs, DVDs and books. We hate them.
Books? Well, they'll go down to Dave at Canterbury Tales, can't they?
That's right. Yeah.
God, Dave, here you go, mate, here's a box load. So people bring in CDs.
Well,
are they still even around?
But there you see, you never know. Last week we had a box, an ordinary little box of CDs, music CDs, right? So I said, right, 100 baht, so that's all they're going to get. If you don't want to leave them with me, take them back.
Please.
Oh, no, John, I don't want them back. Right, okay, fine. So they leave them here with me, right? Do you know what they made? 2,300 baht.
No.
There's 2 of them. 2 of them at it.
What CDs were they?
There's an old boy, I don't know, look, 2,300 baht. And we were going in hundreds, took me 5 minutes to bloody sell them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you never know.
When you're
there
saying
was
about
something in there that they both wanted, see?
When you're saying about the length, I mean, that's a good point you said there. It took you 5 minutes to sell. I mean, do you ever get into a situation, or have you ever been in a situation where You're just like thinking, when is this ever going to end? Like you just keep going around,
Oh, I love that.
around, and on the
Love
telephone.
it. Yeah.
Do you?
Love
Well, what's been the best experience you've had with that?
I think that was more in England than here.
Was it?
Yeah. They're tight not over here, mind. They don't do it.
Well, they know if they don't buy it, you will. It'll be back in your garden. It'll be in your garden again.
Sheep, man.
Your sheep, your concrete sheep. I mean, honestly.
We got 3 of them, and I got them. They're looking out through the bushes like that. See, you know, you don't know they're there. He's like, Christ, there's a sheep in there.
What you want to do is get an electronic little voice, go meh, and then when they want, bloody hell, like where'd that come from? I mean, you know, you know, as you can see now when you're looking around, I mean, it's just incredible the range of stuff you have, and you know, from tiny little trinkets to like huge 3-piece suites, bed suites.
Last week we had a little tiny netski made of wood, right, of a monkey.
Okay.
Little tiny, it was no bigger than that, right? So there was 500 baht reserve on him, right? It made 4,000 odd baht. Right? They're going at it. They are going at it in 200 baht lots, online, and one in the room.
Wow. Wow.
Made 4,000 odd baht.
Wow.
Lovely.
That'll do nicely. Thank you very much. I mean, have you ever thought of getting your son over and say, right, come on in, get up there and let's see who's the best. Who's the best? Because I know you two.
Well, I know I'm the best.
Well, I was going to say, because I know you two have a bit of rivalry, but there you go. I'm the best. I'm the best. That's never going to die down.
This hammer, right? I've had that for about 25 years.
Have you? Who gave it to you?
I don't know where it came from. The auction, I think. It's had literally cars in England and the auction here, and houses, because we sell houses under the hammer as well. This has had literally millions and millions and millions of baht under the hammer.
Has it?
And then Johnny, when he sold out, my son in England, he said, you better have my hammer, Dad. I said, well, you know, I got my own hammer, like, it's quite lucky, like. Anyway, I've got his hammer, and sometimes if I get fed up with this and he's not doing very well, I get his hammer out. And I think, right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, lucky hammer, bang, oh, here we go again.
And do you know what, it's funny you say, is there any superstition in like the hammer? Is there?
Yeah, there is for me.
So if you're having a bad day at the auction, it's the hammer's fault.
Well, yeah, chuck that up, but get the other one. Silly, isn't it?
Amazing. Well, no, I suppose if it's part and package of your everyday.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, but does it work when you use your son's hammer? Has it had a bit of a pendulum swing in your favour?
It gives me a little bit more, you know. Don't give up, boyo. Keep going.
Because if I was your son, I'd be like, that hammer worked then, Dad, didn't it? Hey, you were doing pretty rubbish, but hey, my hammer, you know what I mean? My hammer. I'll be saying, who's the best again?
He knows who the best.
You know, all right, okay. Well, listen, that's you know, it's been brilliant talking about the auction. And guys, if you do want to know, I will put the link down below for the online auction. Have a look, check it out. You know, there's an incredible amount of things here. It really is just like an Aladdin's cave. But it's not just the only string to your bow, is it? Because you don't just have the auction. If I walk down that road, get to the beach and do a little lefty, you got something else down there. What's that about?
Antiques.
That's not nice talking about your customers like that.
I tell the people, the only antique here is me, darling.
Well, you've got a bar restaurant, haven't you?
Yeah. What happened is, at the old place where we were before, in Chowbrook 2, there was an empty shop on the side of it. And all my customers kept coming in and saying, John, whose shop is that? Well, it belonged to my landlord.
Okay.
So I said, why? What do you want it for? I want to open an antique shop. Shit, right, can't do that. I don't want an antique shop next to my auction. So I said to the landlord, how much do you want for it? 10 grand a month. They said, right. And I left it empty. I left it empty for about 2 years. And then all of a sudden, in comes a lovely bar. So I thought, that'll go in that shop. Put the bar in the shop, here comes some tables and chairs, and here comes a fridge, put it in the shop, right, buy. And all of a sudden, I got a lovely little bar. Now then, we had a gathering of people coming in that bar. Lunchtime, we'd sneak in there and have a quick beer, and we'd have a sandwich, and, you know, we had a couple of girls running it. It was good crack.
Yeah.
And a jukebox in there, which I've now got in this one. So anyway, when we closed it down, the customers were saying, where are we going now then? So I came around here looking, and we found this place, and the landlord's very, very nice, and it was right at the start of the COVID, so he allowed me some rent, and we started on it, rewired it, cleared it, sorted it, got it okay. the stuff from the other bar I brought down here, stuff from home I put in there, and the jukebox is in there. And there's a cooking down there at night, 5 o'clock on. We've got Vicky, a lady boy that runs it, and she's spot on. She used to be in Mags's on the Pattaya City, working for John and Val. And she runs it, and it's a very, very, very nice success story. It's lovely.
Yeah, fair play. You mentioned a word now, which I'm getting sort of like trying to figure out in my brain. Jukebox?
Jukebox, yeah.
You're telling me you've got a proper jukebox in your bar, like a, you know, coin in, press the buttons.
It's a freebie.
Is it?
Yes, what we do is, Vicky takes it apart every morning. Is that turned on now? And it says free on the front.
Yeah.
So you can just put them on, you know, we don't charge for it. Like.
Brilliant.
And it'll blow your socks off.
Yeah.
Blow your socks. And people come in, they put a chair by the front of it, right by the speakers, and they start to play it. You know, it's all 60s. Everything is 60s.
Brilliant.
That's lovely.
Oh, fair play.
You'll have to come and have a look, man.
Well, we will, won't we? I'll tell you what, when the bars are allowed to open, we'll pop down and
it's open, but we can't serve
Of course,
your
you're
beer.
a restaurant, isn't it? Yeah, but you can't serve the beer.
No.
Where do you see this going? You know, what's the future for the Collingbourne empire? I mean, you've got your auction house, you've got your restaurant.
We've only got a small restaurant, nothing great. We got a lovely little restaurant, a small auction out to where it has been. We don't do a car auction anymore. We don't do the knockout auctions anymore. We've just got a small auction. That's how it is. That's what COVID has done for us.
Yeah.
And moving premises and everything else. I now would like to retire.
Okay.
And I would sell this auction. I'd keep the bar and just sell the auction.
You miss it too much.
I would miss it. That's why I say I'd like to retain. I'd like to come back and do the auctions.
See, you can't. It's in your blood, isn't it? I mean, what's that? 40, 50 years you've been doing this, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you're not going to retire. Even if you go down there and have your restaurant, you're still going to nip up here and say, "Listen, fella, you're not doing very well. Let me get me lucky hammer out, and I'll have a crack."
That's right. Yeah. But it'd be nice that whoever buys the business would say, "Look, John, do a Saturday for me. Come help me, you know, sort it up." The staff are so good. They are so good. We've got a girl here. She's lovely.
Yeah.
And self-taught. We taught her everything. And the boy they're as good as gold.
See, I like the way you said that because I've already got your ticket marked. I know what he said there. Whoever buys this, if they would like you, I'll tell you now, the contract will be you can buy this, providing in the contract it says I come back every Saturday to have a crack up there, innit? That's what it's going to be. You're not going to let it go, are you?
Oh, of course I can. You know, I want to spend time in Wales now. I want to go back to Wales.
Do you?
Yeah.
For like a holiday or?
In the summer months, a couple of months, 3, 4, 5, even 6 months in Wales, and here for the winter.
Yeah.
I think that would be very, very good.
Well, fair play. Well, let's fingers crossed things move forward and.
Well, let's hope.
We get through this difficult time for everybody, you know, and I know you've luckily the internet side of things has been keeping you going. I know it's tough, you know, it really is. So I wish you all the best, John. I really do.
Thank you, Trevor.
It's been a pleasure, my friend. Thank you so much indeed, guys. What a man, eh? If you want to find the most incredible things that you'll probably never see anywhere else in the world, come here. If they're not here, nip round his house. I'll put his address in the description below because chances are it'll be over there as well. And if you don't want to come here, go down and have a look at the restaurant and the bar. I will put a link. Have you got a Facebook page for that place?
I think so.
You don't even know what Facebook is, do you?
My wife will say, "What's Facebook?"
Well, if you have, I'll put that link down below. And what we will do is when things reopen, we'll come and sit and watch the sunset and we'll have a beer.
Yeah.
And
that's it. You can watch the sunset from there. We're right on the seaside.
Brilliant. Seaside? You're not in Blackpool, you're seaside.
Lovely flowers and plants there as well.
Seaside?
Lovely, man.
Seaside? Who uses that word? I'm going down the seaside, love. Come on.
It's right there.
Brilliant, my man, brilliant. All right, guys, that's it from us today. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been fantastic. Like I say, all jokes aside, all the links to all the description, etc., will all be below. Have a look. Pop down to the restaurant. Go and say hello to Joe. He's an absolute charming guy. He's one of our characters here, and everybody knows John. Everyone knows John. But come up, have a look and see what's going on. Also, all the links I put below. All right, guys, that's it from us today. Sadly, I could talk to this man forever, but he's got other bits and pieces he needs to do. He's itching to get up there and bang the hammer down just for the sheer hell of it. So I'm going to head off. Thank you so much for watching. Here we go. There you go. Oh, dear, damn. All right, that's it from us. Guys, as always, please remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when we bring out a new video. Check out our members area. More and more members joining each and every time. And join our Discord and our Telegram groups. The links are below, guys. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. And please, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.